what's going on, everybody? It's Matt of That's Fight Media coming at you guys with another video. You guys already know what time it is. It's time to bring on that boxing. And today we're going to be talking about the fight that maybe isn't the mega fight of the year. That's obviously Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, but a very big fight announced. I'd say you could argue that it's maybe the second biggest fight of the year alongside Inouye and Fulton. That same week of Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, we've got Canelo Alvarez and Charlo. Jermell, not Maul. We got Mel. So that's a tremendous fight. I'm excited. September 30th. It's going down. Obviously, Canelo has recently signed that 3-fight deal with PBC and Al Heyman. So this is going to be the first fight under that contract deal that was said to be worth $100 million, even more than that, actually. But it's a really good matchup in my opinion. I think Jermell Charlo is probably the more popular opponent in my opinion because he's coming off a win, a KO win, a TKO win over Brian Castano. Obviously, the first fight, I personally thought Brian won that fight, but either way, the second fight was obvious with the delayed reaction. Brian Castano got stopped by Jermell. let's get his name right. I know it's hard to tell between them because they're twins, obviously twin brothers, but Jermell is going to be fighting not Jermall. Jermall is the 6 foot. He's the bigger one. Jermell is 5'11", and Jermall's already got a world title at 154 and is now fighting more so at 160, which is why everybody thought that it was going to be Jermall fighting Canelo because Canelo's been around 168. He's been flying up and down, but has been at the higher weights. But Jermell Charlo, 154 pounder, maybe going up to 160. Like feeling more comfortable at the higher weights. I don't know, but Canelo coming down, it could be an interesting, interesting competition. We'll see how Canelo reacts to, losing the weight. I don't think it's going to be a problem for him because I think making 168 is actually, he has to try to make that weight, to go up. So, because we've seen him at 54. I think he's best at 54, around 60. So it's dangerous for him coming down and, against a guy like Tony Harrison, Brian Castano. Jermell has shown issues against guys like Castano and Tony Harrison. So against a heavy hitter like Canelo, I don't know how well he's going to fare against him, but at the same time, this might be Canelo's toughest test in terms of, facing a guy with that equivalent punching power. I know that he's fought, at 168, even 175, but at the end of the day, Jermell Charlo, he hits hard. There's a difference between fighting, I'm not calling anybody bums, but I think there's more talent in Jermell Charlo. And then on top of that, Canelo's going to have to deal with the power. But by no means do I think Jermell is going to pull this one off. I really have Canelo winning this fight. I think he stops Jermell. Maybe not, but I think either way, Canelo wins the fight. My prediction would probably be, it starts off pretty even, and then, Canelo starts to break Jermell down. I think that Canelo just hits too hard. And even at this point in his career where Canelo's not at his top, is in his top condition, I think that he still gets the better of Jermell Charlo. I'm not taking anything away from him. I just think that's how good Canelo is, even at this point in his career, where a lot would argue that he's not in his prime anymore, and I would agree with that. But at the end of the day, Canelo's still a very talented fighter, and he hits very hard. So I'm going with Canelo by stoppage. It might be a bold prediction, but I think most people would agree with me that Canelo wins the fight. That should be the outcome. But it's still a tremendous fight, very fan-friendly fight. But you got to tune in for this one because it's a really interesting fight. Boxing's all about styles, and in this particular matchup, I really like the matchup between a guy like Jermell Charlo, who in his past outings hasn't had a lot of, footwork, a lot of activity. There have been moments when he stops pressing on the gas, gets a little shy, a little nervous. I wouldn't say nervous, but a little too conservative with letting his hands go. And then you see a performance of that Brian Castano win, and then he's been a little bit inactive, and then you're going in to fight a guy like Canelo. I give him a lot of credit because it's going to be a tremendous fight. So it was just announced, Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo, not Jermall Charlo, for September 30th. It's going to be a tremendous fight. Not the fight that we were expecting, but Charlo is a very credible opponent. This is going to be Canelo's first fight with PBC, and it's going to be a tremendous one. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a very fan-friendly fight. You're going to want to tune in for this one. Pick your winner down below. But it's going to be a mega fight. It's going to be the trash talk, I think, is going to be there leading up to the fight. Actually, I don't want to say that because a lot of people respect Canelo, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a really interesting matchup between these guys. You know, Charlo's obviously 5'11". You have Canelo, who's around 5'8", so it's a very interesting matchup. You have Canelo, who has the Mexican fans, and then Charlo, who has the fans of America, the United States. They're going to clash heads. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm picking Canelo by stoppage or unanimous decision. Either way, I think Canelo gets the job done. You know, argue with me in the comments, but I think that this is going to be a really good fight, but I think Canelo's going to prove that he's just too much, even at his age. But I'm excited for it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the fight. Charlo and Canelo Alvarez coming up September 30th. Pick your winner down below, stoppage or, you know, decision. Let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.
That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Manabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.